All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for real people, just like you, just like me. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Thanks for being a patron. If you're on Patreon, I appreciate that very much. Vince Neil, Motley Crue, is his voice toast? Is Vince Neil all done? That is the question based on some stuff that's been going on out there. A few days ago, Vince Neil tried to go out there and sing, and he was losing his voice. It did not go well. He signed off by basically saying, haven't played in an effing long time. Sorry, I'm done. See you guys soon. And Vince hasn't been hitting the gym all that hard either, based on that appearance and also the appearance he made with Sammy Hagar, where he kind of got through Led Zeppelin's Rock and Roll. Here's the ultimate difficulty in all of this, and I've done multiple videos. Rock stars don't like to admit that they're aging. Rock stars don't like to admit that their voices have either changed or are no longer capable of doing what their voices used to do. And there are all kinds of examples out there. As much as I love Steve Perry's voice has changed a lot since his heyday. And most people understand that, right? But you've got this giant stadium tour, which was canceled last year and then canceled again this year. And supposedly like $100 million worth of tickets were sold. This is a Live Nation Irving Azoff extravaganza. I had made the claim that I think a tour like this, if it actually goes off and people go see it and it sells out stadiums, it could help revive the rock and roll business. I really, truly believe that. Maybe one of these bands could go out there and record a song. Of course, you've got Def Leppard, you've got Joan Jett, you've got Poison, all of whom could be headliners. I would not have made Motley Crue the headliner. I would have made Def Leppard the headliner. They have the better catalog. I think they're physically fit. You've got Phil Collen in the band, who obviously works out still at 60 whatever years old. He's out there shirtless and having a great time. That's his thing. And you really can't knock him for doing that because, you know, he can get away with it. He can pull it off. But then you see Vince Neil, and Vince Neil was supposed to get in shape. That was part of the deal, and it doesn't appear. Now, to his defense, though, obviously they canceled the tour last year and this year, and maybe they'll cancel it again next year. We don't know. I'm thinking if they don't do it next year, they're not going to do this. They can't do it. They've got to pack out stadiums, and these stadiums, depending on what state they're located in, have different rules, and those rules will hurt attendance one way or another. Either you're not going to enjoy yourself if there are too many rules, or even if you accept the rules, they're not going to be able to pack out the stadium because they're going to do all this crap with, you know, you need to be 8 feet over here and 10 feet over here and 6 feet over here. And that's not a rock concert, all right? A rock concert is everybody's packed together, high-fiving perfect strangers, right? Because this is what you do. You have a few beers, you enjoy the show, and that's what happens. But if moving forward, it's going to be all like, you know, a sanitized wing of a medical facility, right? It just isn't going to work out. It's just not what. Now, some people might accept that and still pay the exorbitant ticket prices, but it's still not going to be enough. These guys are going to have to really sell out and do well in order to pay everybody and in order for this to be a success. So will Vince Neil be a part of this? That's another question. Maybe they replace Vince Neil if he doesn't show signs of improvement. If he can't get into shape and his voice is shot, and these songs are tough to do every night. I don't know how you do these songs. Motley Crue songs are ridiculous. Try singing Dr. Feelgood every night. It's just, ugh. And that's one of their biggest songs, and people want to hear Dr. Feelgood. And if you can't sing it, I don't know how you actually show up for the show. And yeah, they can tune stuff down, but when you're tuning like heavy metal down, it's not just not going to sound right. It's one thing to tune down like a mid-tempo song, but a song that you're acquainted with that is supposed to be a screaming high tenor, you know, voice breaking glass type of song, and you're not going to hear it that way. You're going to just go, hey, this is, I'll just go home and listen to my albums, you know, at that point. So very interesting stuff. I don't know how his voice recovers between the aging, between not being in shape, between not taking care of his voice for years. I don't know how that gets better. This is why I think John Corabi was in Motley Crue for a while. I would probably start thinking about someone who can replace Vince Neil. I know that is crazy talk, right? It's just, how can you do this? But you know what? People expect to hear Motley Crue. They don't expect to hear like a caricature. One thing they'll probably rely heavily on, which is very disappointing, but it is a sad reality as I read more and more about live concerts. Vocal tracks that are, you know, pre-recorded and will be just played as if he's up there actually singing the song. They might employ that. They're going to have to if they go with Vince Neil as their singer. And you might hear that, unfortunately, with some of the other bands on this tour. Hopefully you won't, but I don't think Def Leppard does it. But again, that's why I would have made them the headlining group. I don't know, too, how much longer bands can stay off the road and still keep their level of craft, you know, up there. So when they get out there, they sound good, they sound polished, unless they're rehearsing constantly. But again, the live stage is where you're really going to see if you can still do this. And without that live performance, I don't know. I'm thinking that some of this might be over and people just don't want to admit it, which is sad. I wish they just let them go out there and go to venues in states where they'll let you just go full strength. And by the way, if you don't want to go to the concert, don't go to the concert. If you don't feel like you should go, if you feel that that's too risky of an experience, I guarantee you there'll be, based on the response of some of the concerts I've seen so far that they've had this year, people are wanting desperately to get out and be entertained and forget about this crazy world. And it would be a great time for a full, you know, no restrictions concert tour. But the stadium tour is not going to happen this year, and it might not happen next year. So again, that's my video, and best of luck to Vince Neil. Maybe he'll get into shape. Maybe his voice will recover. Maybe he needs to not gargle with whiskey so much. I don't know, but certainly Phil Collin from Def Leppard has said he'll be ready to go. We're going to go work out together. That would be a video to see. Phil Collin and Vince Neil pumping iron, working out together. Phil Collin as the personal trainer. I don't know. We don't want Vince to have a heart attack or anything. So we just probably need him to take it slow. You know, a few pounds here and there, you know, lay off the food, lay off the whiskey, and then, you know, we'll see what happens. But it's a long shot. It's a big time long shot to get this thing off the ground in the current world we're living in. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for the notification on new videos. And yes, Patreon for a mere $1 a month, folks. See you soon.